Manchester United ace Bruno Fernandes has revealed has quit after the club confirmed that they want to sign him in January. The Portuguese playmaker completed his move to Old Trafford in the final days of the January transfer window after United agreed an initial fee of £48 million with Sporting Lisbon. Fernandes enjoyed a record-breaking campaign in the 2018-2019 season and had hoped to earn a move to the Premier League that summer, but both United and Tottenham declined the change to meet Sporting's £75 million valuation. The 25 years old was understandably disappointed, but his performance didn't drop and United came back in for him in January with the chance for him to land his dream move to the Northwest. Fernandes has taken to English football with an ease, but the midfielder thought his change of a move to the club and had gone and broke down crying when he discovered that United were interested in him again. I will say the truth that I was scared, Fernandes said on Instagram Live. It was a dream come true, but it was a big dream. For me, playing in England and for Manchester United was the highest part of my career. To play in the Premier League for one of the best teams in the world. When I received the calling saying, Bruno, you have the chance of moving to Manchester, I called my wife, my brother, my sister, my mother, and just started crying. But I was crying through happiness. I fought all my life for this top club. The chance was here and I needed to take it with both hands. To follow my dream, my family knew since the beginning of my life that I wanted to be a footballer. They knew my big dreams was to be in the Premier League and to play for Manchester. United fans were buoyed by Fernandes' arrival, and the prospect of him linking together with Paul Pogba has given supporters even more reasons for optimism. Pogba has been injured since the playmaker joined the club, but he's fit again and Fernandes admits he's excited to finally play with the Frenchman. Yes, of course, I think Paul is one of the best players in Manchester and in the world, continued Fernandes. He was injured for a lot of time. The opportunity to play side to side with him is fantastic because you want to play with the best players you can. Manchester United are linked with numerous top quality players and the latest game is in the limelight of Raheem Sterling. If reports in the media are anything to go by, then Manchester United consider making the shock move to sign the attacker who earns £300,000 a week via BBC at Manchester City. According to the Independent, Sterling's name is suddenly high up in the priority at Old Trafford, and some believe that the transfer is possibly if the Sky Blues remains banned from the Champions League. The well-known British sources have mentioned that Manchester United will move for the England international if he becomes available. The 25 years old rose to fame with Liverpool, but he has hit peak form at the Etihad under the guidance of Spanish manager Pep Guardiola. Last season, he directly contributed in 29 league goals to help the citizens retain their Premier League titles. In the current campaign so far, the 65-cap international has featured in 39 games in all competitions, scored 20 goals and also provided 7 assists. Sterling has effectively played on both the flanks under Guardiola, and he has the quality and the experience to improve the Manchester United offense. However, I think it's highly unlikely that he would be able to lure him. Why? Because he currently plays for our neighbors and has previously played for our bitter rivals. His reputation at Anfield is already bad, and he might tarnish his relationship with Manchester City forever if he opts to join the Red Devils, who have mainly struggled since the retirement of Alex Ferguson. In your view, should Solskjaer push to sign Raheem Sterling in the summer transfer window? Jadon Sancho flew to England without permission from Borussia Dortmund, as speculation continues to link him with a move to Manchester United. German outlet BILD claims the young Englishman's trip was discovered after he and multiple other teammates broke lockdown protocol to get haircut. Sancho found himself in hot water on Wednesday as it emerged that he and other teammates had breached German lockdown rules. The Englishman, as well as Axel Witsel, Thorgan Hazard, and Rafael Guerreiro, had reportedly hired a hairdresser to visit their homes to give them a post-quarantine haircut. But photos obtained by BILD suggest that neither the athlete nor the hairdresser wore face protection, which is a violation of German lockdown rules. However, it later emerged that Sancho is facing further scrutiny from Dortmund officials as Bild report he flew to England at the height of the pandemic. The reason for Sancho's trip is unknown, though it has been reported that Dortmund didn't give him permission to make the journey. It has been speculated that he could have been discussing terms with United ahead of a blockbuster summer transfer. The 20-year-old is believed that have agreed personal terms with United, with reports suggesting a fee is the only remaining hurdle to the transfer. He is expected to cost United upwards of £100 million, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side set to bid off competition from Chelsea and Real Madrid. After Sancho returned to Germany, he was forced to self-isolate for 2 weeks to avoid the potential spread of the COVID-19 virus, though it hasn't been suggested that he had the virus. He has only recently returned to the first team picture for Lucien Favre's team, having come back from the mid-season break nursing an injury. The forward marked his first start back by bagging himself a hat-trick in Dortmund's 6-1 win over Paderborn on Sunday. After scoring his first, the youngster removed his shirt to reveal a justice for George Floyd message in tribute to the 46-year-old who died while in police custody last week. Sancho was booked but will face no disciplinary action for removing his top. The German Football Association confirmed players, including Sancho, who had made anti-racism statement, will be supported. The FB President Fritz Keller said the association strongly opposes any form of racism, which is why the action of the players have our respect and understanding. Of the many players Manchester United have been linked to in recent weeks, Joe Rodon is among the more uninspiring. The Mirror report United are considering a £20 million move for Rodon on the advice of Ryan Giggs. He would become the second Swansea City player to join in the space of 12 months following Dan James. James is a divisive figure, with his performance for a long stretch of this debut season being subpar. He had flashes of quality and can still be a valuable player for the club, but he has not convinced everybody yet. While Rodon should be judged on his own merit, of course, United fans will be skeptical about the 22 years old quality and whether he can reach the required standard at Old Trafford. It does not help that the last two young British centre-backs signed by Manchester United have endured difficult careers. One of the reasons a move for Rodon could work is the price. It is likely in this market that United could get him for less than the £20 million fee for this asset. He has made nearly 50 championship appearances for Swansea and he is also a Wales international working under gigs. With both Jones and Smalling likely to be sold this summer, United may have room for another squad player and it could make more sense to sign a young player with potential than a player who would instantly cut the first team picture and disturb recent defensive improvement. He is a comfortable passer of the ball, completing 96% of his passes from 107 total made in a 3-0 win over Birmingham City earlier this year. He would fit the style Solskjaer has sought, defender who can play from the back. Rodon would undoubtedly be a gamble and it may not work out, but if United sign him well, we'll get behind him. Solskjaer himself was a player who arrived at Old Trafford as an unknown quantity and left as a legend. Dimitar Berbatov has challenged Odion Ighalo to earn himself a permanent move to Manchester United. Early this week, United confirmed that they had extended the striker loan from Chinese side Shanghai Shenhua until January 2021. And former United player Berbatov said there is no reason why Ighalo should not be targeting a permanent move to Old Trafford when football resumes. He told Betfair, "It's a great news for club and player. United have extended the loan of Odion Ighalo. The way he linked with the other players, his interaction with the team and everything he did was top quality for the time he was given to play. Now Ighalo has a massive challenge ahead of him to prove that it was the right decision from the new club now that he's staying until January 2021. Why not to go out there and show the club why he should stay for even longer?" Berbatov is looking forward to the Premier League returns this month and said he is intrigued to see what shape teams will be in when the campaign resumes. He said it's great news that the Premier League is going to return. It is going to happen behind closed doors for obvious reasons, and I am curious to see how physically and mentally prepared the teams are. It will be interesting to see how long it will take for games to reach a similar level of quality, speed, and intensity to how they were before the stoppage. But overall, this is a great step in the right direction. I would expected it to be quite a slow start, but there could be some surprises and some teams like Liverpool could resume the way that came into the break. It will be a challenge and maybe it will be a slow start, but it would like to be proved wrong because we all like to see the quality of the Premier League. With no fans, even with the intensity of the Premier League, it may be like watching a friendly or a training season, similar to the way some of the matches in the Bundesliga have felt.